fuck's Chachi?
All right, what's up, Chachi?
How's it going, brother?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Excited for this one today.
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
That's a good one.
Yeah. On paper, it's getting a lot of hate for sure. But this is UFC 315, and it is happening in Canada. I'm not sure what city exactly, but we're going to Canada this weekend, and we have Bilal Muhammad versus Della Maddalena, and these guys are gonna scrap for the welterweight belts this Saturday. I think this is a backup fighter because Rachmanov was supposed to fight Bilal for this one.
Okay.
And JDM came in clutch, saved the card.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And man, it's just I feel like so many cards nowadays are just like getting scrapped, and there's so many like last minute fights, and that's literally what 2024 was.
For real.
I don't know how many times that happened in 24, but
a lot.
Jeez, man. But it's still an exciting fight. You know, I like JDM a lot.
Me too.
All right, so we also have Valentina Shevchenko, probably the best women's fighter, you can argue, of all time. I mean,
I would say, man.
I don't know. Nunes is up there. They scrapped, but a lot of people said that Shevchenko might have won.
I feel
those fights.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy to see now. Like just one last fight, both of them.
Yeah.
And then they both retire.
That'd be nice.
Okay.
Definitely
So
a dream fight.
yeah, we got the GOAT in Shevchenko versus a French prospect coming up.
Oh yeah.
Manon Fiorot, and she's definitely the top contender. She's been definitely putting a name for herself in the flyweight division. Then we have Jose Aldo.
Jose.
You know, he's in the, obviously not even the later stage of his career, just like the later stage. He retired, became Hall of Famer, and then
came back
and still scrapping, man.
Still going.
Yeah, and no one knows his real age till today.
He's 21.
No, for real. That's the narrative. He lied about his age. No, favelas, he doesn't have paperwork.
For real?
Yeah, he's 38 on paper, but people speculate he's like 40. I don't know. What do you think, man?
I can see that. I can see he's a definite
dude.
Late 30s, 40s kind of.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And he's been in the game forever. So long. Forever.
Yep. And before UFC, was it ECW just going ham? I know that one. Who is he fighting? He's a coach now, the Chin guy.
Oh, Faber.
Yeah,
Faber.
Yeah, that fight was crazy. Watching those highlights were cool. Anyway, Jose Aldo is facing Ayman Zahabi, which is, I guess, a prospect, you can say, but he's pretty old. I think he's like 36, something like that. So it's not like it's an up-and-coming young guy coming in and going against Aldo here. Then we have Alexa Grasso. She is going to be facing Natalia Silva. And to start off the main event, I didn't know he actually got a replacement.
Okay.
Saint Denis was originally supposed to fight Alvarez.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Guy.
Yeah.
And Alvarez got injured. I don't know what happened. Looks like this Canadian guy, makes sense, is coming in. Kyle Prepelic, and he's gonna I don't even know who he is, but man,
me either.
Saint Denis a killer.
Yeah, we got a -1,000 odds to a plus 650.
Jeez, that's probably the craziest differential right there of the night.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Oh my God. All right. Cool. We'll see what happens there. So, I guess we can skip over this one. I know we didn't really get into a deep dive for this one, but I mean, just quickly, Saint Denis, he's I remember him having power and being good on grappling.
Grappling is his bread and butter. Yeah. That's definitely his thing.
But then he ran into Dustin Poirier, and he got knocked the fuck out. Yeah. It was bad, man. It was definitely a humbling, I feel like. But this guy's only been fighting since 2019. And he doesn't have much years or octagon time. But he's still facing like the top guys. I know
For sure.
He was a military man in France.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And
super intense.
Yeah, he's number 13 in the lightweight division, which is a deep division.
Very deep.
Just the. And so that's what she said. Nah, man, Saint Denis, for him being 13 is crazy because that division is deep, but there is a lot of old heads in that division. Like you have Dustin, Gaethje. So I feel like that division is gonna definitely have like just
definitely gonna get a scramble.
New prospects that are top 10's gonna look a lot different.
Yep, for
in the upcoming years for sure. All right, well, I think we know what happens in that one. I don't think we need to discuss it any further.
I wouldn't.
Saint Denis gets a sub in this one, maybe. We'll see. Takes the win for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so then the next fight is a women's flyweight bout. We have the number one contender just coming off a loss of Shevchenko. They had their trilogy fight. That loss was at UFC Noche at the Sphere, which was a spectacle for sure.
Yeah, I remember that.
But she got absolutely demolished in that fight. But she's hopefully going to make a comeback here against Natalia Silva, a Brazilian fighter that is ranked number 5. And she looks pretty good, man. I'm not going to lie. She looks pretty good, what I've seen from the film.
Yeah, definitely from the highlights that I saw from Silva, I was pretty impressed. Not, because not really, I guess, paying attention or hearing about her. Mm-hmm. And then looking at this fight, I'm like, all right, who's Grasso gonna fight? I'm like, all right, well, ranked number 5, really never heard of her. Let me see. And yeah, no, she's super impressive. So this is definitely gonna be one of those ones to keep your eye out on.
For sure. Silva, she's well-rounded, very technical striker. She likes to stay on the outside, is what I've seen. And she's got that speed. Dude. She's got speed, man. She's just in and out. She's in and out on the outside. Footwork, just moving, gliding, back and forth. So she's staying out of trouble, like out of the power shots and getting those points. I mean, she outstruck Andrade by double.
That's crazy.
In their fight, and that's Andrade.
Yeah.
So she's outstriking these girls, and she's staying safe.
For sure. Yeah, man. Watching her, good kicks to combos. That's what I liked. Yes. She kicks and then punches and
it's like a front kick, right?
Yeah.
It's a nasty front kick.
It's good because it backs them up, and then they're on their back foot, and she's pressing them. And there she goes, throwing mad combos, and like the pace, very good pace the whole time. It's not really a slow kind of like let's work and let's kind of get technical. It's like let me move, find my openings, and then piece her up. Yeah.
She's good, man. I like this because I don't know. Sometimes I struggle with sometimes the the women's division sometimes lacks that like technicalness, right? Sometimes. And then when you do see it, you're like, oh my god, like this girl, she's got it. Like she's like her form, everything. She looks like a straight up just scrapper, like like a UFC fighter. Yeah. So I like that. I like seeing people who are super technical, and man, I can see Natalia Silva going for a title run if she gets an impressive win against Grasso.
I think so.
I mean, again, Grasso coming off that trilogy, that first fight, she was losing against Shevchenko, and then got the sub, right? It was a rear naked choke. Yep. And then the second one was a draw. Yep. Right. A lot of people say Shevchenko won that, but I think it had a lot to do with like the way the fight ended.
Yes.
I think Grasso was on top.
That was a big one.
She was controlling her, and so that one was questionable, and then just absolute demolished.
Yeah, the third one was like a statement.
Yeah, man. But what I've noticed with Shevchenko, we'll get there, but she definitely changed up her game and just straight up grappled her the whole time. Mm-hmm. And so I guess Grasso can have a problem maybe with like grapplers, but I don't think Silva really grapples in this one.
No.
I don't think that's going to be like an issue, something Grasso has to like worry about. I think it's just going to be the distance is going to be probably one of the biggest things, Yeah. Grasso is a straight up boxer, she's gonna want to probably come in close, and Silva's just gonna be on the outside.
I think so.
I can see Grasso kind of getting a little, just like irritated or just impatient, and maybe coming in a little bit, not the most well guarded, or she might come in and get caught.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know if Silva frustrates her on the outside, but I do like Grasso's 1-2 combos. She's high output, which is good. She's got 5 strikes per minute, so she can win a numbers game if she's landing, and she's got sneaky subs. She's super opportunistic when it comes to grappling. But again, I don't think that's even going to be a thing in this.
I don't think so.
She's very linear, is from what I've seen, but she's not very like lateral moving.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's all Silva does. Is just move on the outside.
Yeah.
And Grasso's just going to be coming in. So that's going to be interesting to see how.
Yeah. Because did Grasso's team and her switch that up to where not being so straightforward and kind of moving to the angles,
cutting her off?
Exactly. I feel like if Grasso worked on that during this fight camp, it's a possibility.
Yeah.
She has the power to knock you down, good movement, and she got solid takedown defense and obviously the ground game. So it's gonna be a stand-up fight, and if it gets taken down, it's because they scrambled up. Yeah,
I think might be more in favor of Grasso if they do get taken down. She might go in and get a sub.
She's sneaky, man. She's sneaky.
See. All right. Well, I think I've said everything I have to say about these fighters. I think I went first last time.
Okay.
Who do you got on this one?
On this one?
Yes, sir.
I got Alexa Grasso, 3rd round sub.
Ooh,
I think she's gonna tire Natalia out, even though Natalia can probably last 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like the pace that Grasso is gonna put on her might kind of push her back, and I mean we saw what happened to Shevchenkov in that first fight.
Yeah.
Feel like it might happen again.
Yeah. Man, that's dang. You think history repeats itself?
I think so.
Ooh. That's a good pick. Okay, cool. You're gonna go ahead and lock that in.
I'm gonna lock that in.
All right. I'm gonna go on the other side for this one. I mean, obviously, would love to go for Grasso.
Yeah.
But I try not to pick bias when it comes to my picks. I'm like, all right, who do I truly think's gonna win? I think Silva pulls out the win just because being on the outside, I can see her probably be more successful in that way, and she's like upcoming prospect. You know, she looks pretty good. Doing again double strikes against Andrade, like that's crazy.
That's big time.
She's got good winning fights against Araujo and Bleda. I don't know if you remember that fight, but I do have that clip. So the way this finish is insane, man. I feel like she's dangerous. So I really want to talk about this specifically. She's got a nasty spinning back kick.
A perfect storm. Look at this. Level changes, goes for the takedown. Boom.
Oh, wow.
Out.
Wow.
Yep.
And some two-piece combo.
Yep.
Sheesh.
So that's just nasty. That was brutal. Now I can see that happening, but what I am scared of is that happens. Grasso gets the back and then gets the sub. And then I could see that happening too. So I'm like,
dangerous, man.
So I'm like, all right, Silva, she's got to be perfect in this one. Toughest fight yet, but I think she can come out with a decision win again just by staying on the outside, having the numbers on her back, having the speed on her side, and then just impressive victory. Title shot. Maybe she's fighting Shevchenko or Ferrier.
Yeah.
After this fight, so I'm gonna lock that in. Decision, Silva.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's go to our next bout, which is a bantamweight bout. A legend in the sport, the king of Rio, Jose Aldo. A lot of the people's champ, right?
Yeah, for real, before man.
Connor came in and ruined
that
things.
guy was on a tear.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
He's going against Ayman Zahabi. this guy Zahabi has a brother. I don't know if you know, but his brother is a big part of GSP's team.
Really?
When he was coming up, he was like a big coach and a corner coach for GSP.
Oh wow.
Super like MMA coaching ability is just insane. You know, obviously you're talking about GSP here.
Yeah.
That's his brother, and he actually helps Zahabi plan for his fights and is his corner coach.
Wow, that's big time.
So that's one thing that I have to say about Zahabi. I've seen some of his clips. You know, I've seen some, but the main thing I know is that this guy can probably come in with a good plan against Jose Aldo, but they both are older, so it's not like all right, young versus old. Like I said, it's you got two older guys. Who's gonna come in and get this win? And I mean, again, man, the people want to see Jose Aldo.
Exactly.
But this guy's been winning. Zahabi. I don't know if
man.
you know his.
I saw that he's on a 5-fight win streak. He has right now 2 KOs and then 3 decisions.
Yep.
You know.
Okay.
Pretty,
Pedro Munoz.
Pretty new. Like
that's a name.
You know, to the UFC. You know, from 2021 to 24, and that's it. You know,
this guy was he was a big favorite in this fight when they fought, and then he pretty much fraud checked Basharat in this fight, and you know this guy's been like losing now.
Really?
Yeah. So
damn.
So that was a huge test for him, but impressive win there against Tercios, Draco. Yeah, man, he's been winning. The beginning of his career, though, it was a little bit of a rocky start. He won and then lost 2.
Yeah.
But ever since, man, he's been just racking up wins.
Yeah.
And slowly creeping up in the division.
Yeah, I feel like, those losses, those first kind of losses, they probably coached him. Might have got a new team. Might have had him, but getting that game plan in, I saw some of his fights where he was fighting someone and he read what they were doing. Like, he was basically like, all right, what are they throwing? And then goes and like, when he throws his kick, he lowers his hand, and then the next time he does it, that's how he counters.
Okay.
And so he like the whole time they're fighting, he's reading them and then kind of basing his game plan off of that. I'm like, when it comes to fight IQ, man, that's key.
Yeah.
Especially when you have like GSP kind of, I guess, fighting, not style, but fighting coaches.
Yeah.
It's always going to benefit you.
GSP is going to be there, by the way.
That's awesome.
I think he's going to be in the corner as well.
That's sick.
Which is crazy, man. This guy's he brought the big guns that are helping him.
And this is for me, this is a good fight for him. I mean, especially just Jose Aldo's name in itself, to put that fighting against
6-win winning streak.
Yeah, so it is big time. I mean, I was watching the videos and he counters with a lot of combos. He's not just a jabber.
Okay.
He'll go and like do a double jab and throw like a 3 and a 4. I feel like with this one though, if he uses his leg kick, like if he uses leg kicks to his advantage, which he really doesn't throw, but I feel like if they incorporate it into this fight and keep the distance, it might go in his favor. And then, I mean, especially just keeping the distance from Aldo, because he's dangerous. You just
yeah, man, don't.
You never can count him out.
Yeah,
ever.
Man. Those kicks
exactly
are nasty.
And he'll just keep throwing them and throwing them and throwing them.
Chopping leg kicks. I know he did that against several guys, especially in what was that division? ECW.
Oh, yes,
ECW, right? And then what he did body shots wise against Moicano. I think this was like 4 or 5 years ago, but that's Moicano, which is a guy that's like up there right now. I think, didn't he fight Islam for the championship recently?
Yes, I believe so.
So yeah, he beat him. He beat Stevens. I don't know if you remember that fight, but nasty to the body. And leg kicks, body shots are crazy, and he still has the speed. He still has that tight boxing, snappy kicking game. Hasn't slowed down for his age. This dude's just weird. He's built different. He still has a chin. He's got the clean striking, And I think the thing that he suffers from can be the low output at times. I think he's just trying to like maybe pick the right shot.
Yeah.
Just because he comes in so explosive, he can't do that the whole 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And then also he gets held along the fence a lot. That's literally how Bautista beat him in the last fight. And you can argue Jose Aldo won in that fight. And then Merab did that to him the whole entire time too.
Yep.
But Merab couldn't even take down Aldo. And that's Merab.
Yeah.
The relentless. He's a champ right now.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay. I'm thinking, does Zahabi's brother plan for like, all right, hold this guy on the fence, grab him, pull, keep him on the ground, and just keep control, like come up with the perfect game plan.
Yeah.
And use those weaknesses that Aldo, right, has struggled with. But Merab hasn't done that. But Bautista did recently, so I feel like that can go either way. I just don't know how well Zahabi's grappling game really is.
You really don't see it.
Yeah.
Or clinch work, really.
Yeah, I think he's
It's
more of a striking.
Just a stand-up striker.
He's got some power. The IQ's there, and the takedown defense isn't bad. But Aldo's got... You can't take Aldo down, honestly, man. This guy is crazy.
It would be really hard.
Yeah. Zahabi did kind of lack a little bit of movement in the Ramos fight. He was a little low volume too, so I just hope this isn't like a low output, low volume type of fight. I hope they're throwing.
Yeah.
Zahabi's looked like he's gotten some sloppy techniques. And then he did get knocked down nasty by a spinning elbow early in his career, which is just bad. But that's it, man. That's really all I got. So I think I'm ready for this pick. Wow, I have Aldo. He has a hand speed, which I feel like is going to be a big factor. Versus the game plan of Zahabi, and he has a momentum. I don't know, man. It was very hard to choose this one. I was going back and forth, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and settle with Jose Aldo.
Oh,
yeah, Jose Aldo. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he just keeps this guy from keeping him on the fence or taking him down. I think Aldo's just gonna beat him on the speed. As long as he can avoid those two things, I think Aldo's got it. But again, man, I just fear that this is a low output fight, and then it's just a sleeper.
It might be.
Yeah, so hopefully Aldo can get this done. Man, I think it goes to decision as well, just for the low output.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna lock that in.
Locking it in.
What you got?
I got Amen. I believe that's how you say it. Amen. I got Amen.
Okay.
Decision.
All right.
I thought the same thing. I feel like it might be a low output fight, so it's gonna go 3, and that's why I just feel that
they are in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you have that advantage too. Dang.
So I'm locking that in.
GSP is just gonna go like this. Like, come on. The judges are gonna be like, all right, bet. Dude, man, I didn't even think about that. Aldo better make
he has to bring it, man. He has to bring it.
27-30 type of unanimous decision type. Damn, man. All right, cool. Then we'll go ahead and lock that in, and we'll move on to the co-main event of the night. All right, man. So the co-main event, it sucks that Shevchenko's always a co-main event, man.
I know,
She's like
man.
a goat. And Nunez, right? Like, it just sucks. I hate that about the women's fights, that they're always co-main events, and it's crazy. Like, imagine putting John Jones on the co-main event. Like,
you would never see that.
Yeah, but, Valentina, I definitely respect her. She's the only fighter to complete the 8 rubies on her belt, which is crazy.
Damn.
Yeah. I remember going to Houston for the event that was happening around COVID time. And she was there the day before. I think it was just like a fan meetup type of stuff.
Yes, I remember that.
And I remember like someone telling her she was married or something, and I remember her saying something along the lines of like, I'm not really a diamond kind of girl, I'm more of a rubies type of girl. I'm like, she's not wrong, man. She's not wrong, because she's got 8-9 title defenses already under her belt.
Crazy.
And this one's gonna make it double digits.
Active,
I'm telling you, I'm not sure if it's 8 or 9. It's one of those, but yeah, she's a legend in the sport. Hall of Famer for sure, without a doubt. And then going against the French up and coming prospect, and a lot of people have big hopes for her. She's literally the favorite.
I saw that
over Shevchenko's, even coming off that dominance against Grasso.
Yeah,
still an underdog. So that says a lot, I feel like.
That's
for
crazy.
This fighter coming in and fighting for the belt. What do you know about these guys,
man?
Girls?
Obviously Shevchenkov, before the Grasso fight, she was on a 9-fight streak. Crazy style. Love the Muay Thai. Love the pace and the bounciness of her style.
Yeah.
Very snappy kicks and punches.
Yeah. Clean.
Loves to throw the jab and then combos. Ever since she came into the UFC, really, I've been a fan of her. I liked, I've always been like a Muay Thai style fighter, where that's kind of like, I like that. But with her, it was, she was, Ronda and all these girls were kind of coming down, and she was coming up, and made a name for herself, and always an exciting fighter. The Manon, right?
Yeah.
The Beast. That's her. That's her.
Is that her nickname?
Yeah, that's her nickname. 7-fight win streak, man. This girl is making a name for herself, and this is the fight to really put that stamp on it. If she, has that.
Jeez, that's a lot of green.
Yeah, but it might even no. I think it might be that.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the UFC.
In the UFC. And the name that I saw, obviously, for me was Rose. That was a really good fight, really good test for her, because Rose is a really good fighter. Yeah. For me, stylistically. Yeah. And man, she pushes the fight, dude. Kicks.
You could argue though,
and
in that Rose fight, Rose apparently, I don't know if it was a finger break, but she did get injured in that fight.
Something happened, right?
Something happened.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have arguments there, like, did she really
get the win?
Face the best Rose? And then Rose, I think, did move down up in weight, so she did look a little small.
Yeah.
When it came to that fight, Manon looks so much bigger. So
dude, she looks big.
Yeah, she does
when compared to these other girls.
Yeah.
And just her output, man, solid power. She sometimes, I notice when she's attacking, she'll leave, I think it's her right hand, she'll drop it a little bit, and it slowly drops, and that's the thing where I'm like, ooh, that might be her weakness.
That kick set up from Shevchenko.
Yep. Because no one really puts that pressure to where she's backing up and getting hit.
She's usually putting in the pressure.
Exactly.
Every time.
Every single time. And that's what, and like I said, this is the test for her. Stylistically, this is a good fight.
Yeah. This is, the experience of Shevchenko and the well-roundedness of her is amazing. It's hard to argue and go against her. But I think the well-roundedness maybe has plateaued, maybe. You don't really see the striking ability like you used to. Maybe, I don't know if that's the game plan that was put in place against Grasso, so maybe that's why you didn't see it as much.
That's what I feel like. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like she's just relying on her wrestling, grappling game a lot more than she used to.
For damn sure.
So I'm like, okay, is this an age thing? Was that part of the game plan? What's going on there? Does she still have the striking ability? And this is going to be a true test for her, because Ferriero has a crazy volume. I think it's usually averaging over 100 strikes per fight.
I can see that.
And I don't think Valentina really hits that at all, like nowhere near that.
Mm-hmm.
So you already have Manon maybe winning the numbers game there, you know? Shevchenko not really showing that much of her game as of recent.
Yeah.
So does she still have it? That's also a question. But she did have 16 minutes of takedown or 16 minutes of control time on Grasso. She did 8 takedowns on her. I don't know if she can do that on Manon because she has a 93% takedown defense. And she can probably stuff Shevchenko. So if you're telling me she's going to win the numbers game and she's going to stuff the takedowns, like for me on paper, I'm like, those are two like clear paths towards Manon pretty much being new champion.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. This one's an interesting one. I think this is gonna be potential fight of the night. We'll see. I hope this is fireworks, but this was tough, man. Manon again, Rose, very good fighter. Blanchfield is no joke. I think Blanchfield was that like real grappling test for Ferrio. She was able to survive that and win, I think, all 5 rounds against Blanchfield. Caitlin Sermonera, she's a good fighter too. She withstood that. Jennifer Maya is also another good grappler and was able to stuff her takedowns and also even get a good what was it, like a judo throw on her. Did you watch that one? Oh my god, that was just perfectly executed against her. So I love that. I'm like, okay, she's got that in her back pocket, just like the reverse judo throws. Shevchenko's got that too. Be funny if they're both going for it. But I really do like her distance management. She comes in and out, which is good because you don't want to be in Shevchenko's face because she can land flurries of shots.
Yes.
But this girl always opens up with side kicks. I think maybe uses it like a jab.
She
just
does.
To keep the distance away.
Yeah, because she'll even like go body, head.
Yeah.
And it throws you off because you're thinking, man, she's going to rip my body again. And then she goes for the head and clips you or something.
Shot, dead. Yeah. She's physically strong. Like you said, she looks bigger than these girls.
Yes.
So we'll see, man. She's got power, accuracy, speed. She looks like she's the next upcoming fighter in this division for me, but you can never count out Shevchenko, as you could see in her last fight. Complete domination. Is this one me?
This is me.
This is you. All right. Yeah. What you got on this one?
So I got Valentina.
Okay.
The Bullet.
All right.
4th round TKO.
No way.
I think
some ground and pound there. Or what?
She's gonna get her to after the 3rd round because she's gone 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And got that decision.
Yeah.
Can she go 4th, possibly 5th round? Those later rounds where you're pushing it, especially going that much of a pace for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Going into that 4th, does she have it? I think the vet in the sport has that IQ to be able to manage distance, possibly grappling. Who knows if Valentina really has that power to try to get her to take her down?
Yeah.
To maybe tire her out more, and then possibly ground and pound.
Ooh,
that's what I'm going with.
So you said Shevchenko
4th
round
TKO.
All right.
Lock it in.
Okay. Man. All right. I'm gonna have to go with the favorites here.
The Beast.
The Beast, man. I think she's a favorite for a reason. I think maybe Prime Shevchenko could have won this one, but I think the Beast, man, she's looking good. She on paper has the volume striking. She's got the takedown defense. She's fought good opponents, definitely good opponents. And I don't know. I think she'll come up with a good game plan here against Shevchenko. She was fighting Canada. I know she's French, and they're really trying to stack up this card, right, with the French and Canadian fighters. But I don't know if she'll have the crowd on her side. I think a lot of people love Valentina.
Oh, for sure.
So I'm gonna have to go with Manon here. I think she gets this done. Man, I'm being so boring today, but I think another decision. I just think it's gonna be one of these cards, man. It's just gonna be decisions after decision after decision. I just have a feeling.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna give that to Manon taking it for the strikes, for the takedown defense, and yeah, if she can avoid the head kicks and like you said, that hand dropping, she can keep that hand up, not get caught like a kind of like a Usman type of scenario.
Yep.
Then I think she might be good. She needs to circle away from Valentina's head kick too.
Yep.
You know, circle away. Don't get your leg caught by Valentina. I think that could be a way where she takes her down because Chukagian did that, or Summonera, her name now, did that against Valentina, and Valentina took her back, finished her.
Yep.
So
it's possible.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, man. So we'll see. But I think we can see a new champ in this division, and we move on. Let's go, man. Let's go to the main event. Belal, remember the name if you can. Mohammed versus JDM, Jack Della Maddalena. This guy is a where's he from? He's from Australia, right? Australian lad against the Chicago man. Man, Mohammed, everyone hates him, but you can't go against what he's done in the division. No matter what. People have counted him out so many times, but this dude's champ for a reason right now.
Exactly.
And he literally made Leon look like just trash.
Yeah.
Made him look like absolute garbage. So, yeah, this guy, he's been out for a while, but he's back. He was supposed to fight again Rachmanov. That fight fell through. I think Rachmanov had an injury and then made it worse when he fought Gary. In their fight.
Okay.
So he's just been off. So yeah, this is a big one because I remember last week there's a lot going on in the welterweight division.
Yeah.
We have Sean Brady coming up with that win. We have all these guys that are in line to fight for this belt. Ian Gary, Rachmanov, Islam wants to fight the winner if JDM wins.
Yeah.
Deporio's trying to see if Belal wins, that he'll fight Islam. There's so many things in the background of this fight that it's like it's weird. It's one of those fights that's just gonna set up the rest of the year. I think a lot of fights might get announced after this happens.
I think so.
So we'll see what happens here, but hopefully we get a good fight.
Yeah, man. Belal 6-fight win streak before that one no contest. Crazy. Would have been 10 if that no contest. That's crazy. He's been on a roll for a while.
Yeah.
Not the most exciting fighter. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But he gets it done.
Yeah.
Can't count him out. I mean, he has a game plan and it works. It works every single fight. He takes you down. He grapples, he lays on you, he starts trying to, try to piece you up. He's fought big names himself. I mean, Luke, Neo, Lima, Maya, Thompson, Burns, Edwards was one of the biggest ones for me when I was like, he really put a stamp on like, I'm him. Remember the name, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though not much of a fan of him.
The Brady fight aged well after this past weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Because Brady made Leon look terrible. Just not looking different, Leon.
It's not, bro. I feel like it's kind of the decline of him.
Yeah,
but,
after Belal dropped him on his bald head. On his bald spot, actually. Yeah. That was bad, man.
It was. And then for JDM, he's on a fight streak right now. Looking solid. The two big names for me was Kevin Holland, and then Gilbert Burns. Nasty ground and pound, man. Mm-hmm. It is when he gets you down. He is dropping fists and elbows, and he's doing
violence
damage the whole time, man.
Straight violence.
It is. It's good. Nasty power. Really pushes the pace when it comes to the fight. Not one to like kind of go slow and see how it goes. He's wanting that win, you know, for sure. And that's what makes him exciting. Solid jab to right hand.
Yeah.
That dude, his right hand is nasty.
Yeah.
And I like that he throws them body shots. He goes body, head.
Yep.
And he is just a brawler.
Yep.
And it's awesome.
He is very calculated. I feel like, man, he looks like he's in a flow state too when he throws. It doesn't look like he's overthrowing, expending all this extra energy. It just looks like just calm and like just super, just chill, just throwing things, but clean, efficiently. And I feel like that's dangerous in a technical boxer like this with his combos. And again, like you said, he rips to the body. He did that against Roberts and KO'd him. Amiv did that same exact thing. He transitions from orthodox to southpaw well. He can pop the jab, no wind up, like I said. Good at slipping punches and coming back into range when he's exchanging. And he scrambles pretty good.
He does.
I guess a lot of people say that he struggled against Chavez, which is a can of a fighter, or is known to be, and he's defended 17 takedowns against him.
I was about to say his takedown defense is pretty solid.
So I mean, I don't know what this narrative about him getting controlled by like an absolute bum like Chavez. I'm like, he won that fight.
Yeah.
Stuck to the game plan and then kept it on the feet, landed his combos, defended 17 takedowns, and won that fight. Burns took him down, controlled him, and then he got that, like, what was that, like a knee?
Yes.
When Burns was coming in.
Dude, nasty.
That was nasty.
And that's one of the things I was going to touch up on. I was like, the way this guy can win, man. Keep distance with the possible kicks.
Yeah.
And
he's dangerous.
Anytime Bilal's going to come for a takedown, just throw knees, throw, those punches.
Uppercut.
Something
hit the body
to make him not want to go for the takedown.
All that's going to negate the takedowns. I mean, Bilal says he's not going to take him down.
That's what he said. He said, I'm going to show you my striking.
Yeah, apparently he's got Canelo striking. One of his coaches was saying, he's got that Mexican boxing that we're putting in his game, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'll fucking believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Yes.
All right? I want to see it, but nah. JDM wins this on the feet for sure. I think JDM poses a big problem for Muhammad because of his power and his pressure. A lot of people, I feel like, are trying to like be on the outside, pick their right shots against Bilal, and that's what Bilal wants. You know, he's gonna want to pressure you, get those jabs, get the takedowns. But if Jack is moving forward, and if he's hurting him, especially to the body, or doing these things that are negating the takedowns, if he does get taken down, I don't think Bilal has the best control either. Doesn't really pose much of a submission threat either. So I can see Jack just getting back up. Eventually this just becomes a standing fight. Yeah. I'm hoping, but I can't see Bilal just shooting relentlessly for 5 rounds. I just hope that JDM can really put a stop to that early and really hurt Bilal when he comes in, just to kind of gain that respect.
Yeah, he has
from
to.
Bilal.
He has to.
But man, it's hard to, if this does go the distance, it's hard to go for JDM. I almost feel like JDM might have to get a TKO in this one. But it's tough, man, especially a relentless wrestler like Bilal that doesn't get tired. His cardio is crazy. He can slam people when he pressures. Sometimes he'll draw people in and then go and take the... So he's very calculated again in his grappling approach. Trains with Habib and them, right? Yeah. And again, that crazy resume that he has in this division. Only guy next to him maybe is like GSP. As far as like a resume of like pure dominance, doesn't get the respect. I know there was a fight where who was it? Rachmanov won, and I think this was against Ian. And they're trying to like be like, they didn't let Bilal in because the security didn't know who Bilal was. Yeah.
Security doesn't know he's the champ. Let him in. The champ, ladies and gentlemen, Bilal Muhammad.
The security doesn't know who Bilal is or who the champ is because they're supposed to square off in the middle of the cage after that fight.
Oh my
just to kind of hype up the next one,
yeah,
you know?
exactly, yeah.
But that's again, like, not a lot of people give this guy the respect. He's coming in, he's talking a lot, he's sounding very cocky, bro.
Yeah, very. But there's a big difference between cocky and confident, and he's being real cocky.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, I hope you back up what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? I hope we see that boxing, you know, in this fight. And I mean, this is gonna be a kind of a banger if it goes how I think it's gonna go.
Check this out. I want to show you this before we get into the actual pick. But I like this shot because it's like that takedown, technical takedown approach.
So it's his right leg that he's driving off of. He's not driving off of his front foot. He's driving off of his right leg.
Even DC is kind of explaining the process of exploding from your back foot versus your front foot.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he was saying you can do both. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. So yeah, take a look at that again. Driving off the back foot.
Yeah, that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice takedown.
So a really good takedown there. So that's the scary part, man. But hopefully JDM can negate that. But again, Bilal, no power or finishing ability, no sub ability, doesn't have the best control. He's gotten finished by Neil and Luque before, but that was very, very early on. And you can't argue that he kind of got touched up a little bit in the Leon fight, even though he did dominate that fight. I don't think Leon is someone who, like JDM I feel like doesn't give up. I feel like he won't give up. He didn't give up in that Burns fight.
Yeah.
And I remember in that third round, his coaches were like, hey, man, I think it could be 1-1. We need to finish.
You need it, yeah.
And as soon as he got a little bit of distance from Burns, boom, knee. And he did that with a broken forearm. I think he broke his radius in the first round. So he was getting controlled by Burns the whole entire fight. But it could be because he didn't have his right hand or left. I don't know. It was one of those.
Yeah.
And there was another narrative that Burns was touching JDM up. But again, how are you going to throw with the... I saw the x-ray, man. The thing was in two pieces.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he still won that.
First round.
So
still went.
So that dog in JDM doesn't give up, I think. And he's got more power than Leon.
Yeah, way more power.
So if he can gain that respect, man, JDM's got a big chance of winning on Saturday. He's got that discipline approach, technical, best boxer in the division, in my opinion. The combos, man, body. I love it all. But he's never gone 5 rounds. So that's going to be a true test. I guess you can argue he's one-dimensional because of his lack of grappling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he needs it in this one.
Not really.
And so, yeah, he'll just need to scramble, stay on his feet. Is this me?
It's your pick.
All right. Okay. So, Bilal, do what he does. Beat Bilal. Pressure this guy. Take him down. 5 rounds. Beat him in that game. Take your belt back home. And then fight Rachmanov later in the year. But I don't think that's going to happen, man. I think I'm going to go the other way. I think JDM is the pick here. I really like him. I really like his style. I think this is just a bad matchup for Bilal.
I think so.
Yeah, I think this is a bad matchup for him. I can see like a nasty uppercut happening or a nasty knee coming when Bilal's coming in. I can see a TKO KO. And I think this is the only way JDM can win this. And it's hard to bet this on like a singular shot, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those things that I could just inevitably see happening. I may be wrong, and I may see another Bilal, demolishing 5-rounder against this guy. But nah, JDM in the, let's say, the 3rd round. Why not? 3rd round again, TKO KO.
Nice.
And I'm gonna lock that in. What you got?
Dude. JDM.
Yes, sir.
4th round TKO.
Ooh, that was my second pick.
Because I figure we know he can go 3, right?
Yeah.
That 4th round, especially with the pressure, the body shots, fucking everything.
Yeah.
I feel like that 4th round he's gonna tire him out, and hey, he might go for a takedown, knee, uppercut, boom, drops him, a little ground and pound, Dunzo, new champ.
And you.
Damn.
All right, bro. I wasn't too excited about this fight.
It's pretty
or this fight card, but after talking about it, I'm like, okay, I'm a little hyped. I'm kind of a little excited for what's to come, especially all the stuff we talked about in the background happening after this Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, hoping for the best. We did not rank this card in the beginning, so what do you rank? What's your ranking for this UFC 315 pay-per-view?
Man, I would maybe say like a solid 7.
7, yeah.
That's where I'm going.
Right now I'm at like 6.5.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
You went low.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I just wasn't excited for it.
Yeah, no,
especially because that Saint Denis one. But now that he's back on there,
yeah,
it might be a 7. And after we talked about it, it could be a 7.1.
I mean, we're talking Ronaldo 7.
All right, that's it, guys. We gotta go. That's the pod. This guy had to ruin it. We're having such a good time.
Oh man.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you, sir, and we'll see who wins this weekend.